What is going on? Welcome to Greggles TV. This is the Galaxy Z Fold 7, and I'm going to show you the first 20 things to do on here once you get it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the first thing I love to change on this is I'm not a huge fan of this, where when you swipe down, you have the quick toggles, and then on the other side, you have the notification. So I turn that off. I go into swiping down, I hit the pencil, I go into panel settings, and I set it to together. And then I also have where it says device control and media output buttons. I tap that and I have it to show when quick panel collapses. Brightness is set to show always. I love that. And then I hit the back button, or I hit go home. And now when I swipe down, I get my notifications and my quick toggles all at once, like the old days. That's my favorite way to see that. You can keep it the way you had it before, but also when you swipe down, you have your brightness bar right there that you can move around if you need it to go, and that's great to have. And then you also have your quick toggles here. In the quick toggles, you can actually move this stuff around. So the way you do it is you're going to just press and hold on something like this by hitting the pencil. And once you hit the pencil, you're gonna just drag these around. And this is where you're gonna kind of put these things where you want them to be. It's up to you. So you just press and hold, and then you can just kind of drag it where you want, let go when you're done. It's all you got to do. And you can put these things wherever you want, put them at the top, or however you want this to be set up is the way that it will be. So it's all dependent upon how you want to look at it, and that's how it is. And then when you're done, you just hit the button at the top and put done. While you're on the home screen, press and hold and go into where it says settings. Add new apps to home screen. Whenever I download a new app, I like it to go to my home screen. So I turn that on. This should already be on, but just make sure it is. Swipe down from notification panel. That's a great thing to have. So no matter where you swipe down, you can always see your notifications. It can be down here or all the way up here. It doesn't matter, but you're able to do that. Go into the camera next. And we're going to hit the menu button here. And if you want to quickly change to 200 megapixels, because you now have that, just tap that button and tap on 200. And now your photos will come out at 200 megapixels. Otherwise, you can just leave them at 12 or whatever you want. But continuing on here, if you go to video, this is where you're going to change your resolution. So you can see at the top, it says full HD. I'm going to change that to UHD, and I'm going to keep it at 30. Switch to this camera, and it's set to full HD. I'm going to change that to UHD. So now that's at the 4K resolution. I'm going to close the phone. I'm going to open up the main cover display here, the cover display. I'm going to open up the camera on here as well. Make sure I'm on video, and it also is at UHD 30. Now, if you're having any issues when you're importing your videos, like where it says HDR right there, you might want to, because sometimes when you import these to your computer or a social media app, sometimes the HDR will be all washed out, even though when you're watching it on your phone earlier, like within this camera app, it looks really good. So you might want to turn that off as well sometimes if you're having any issues with editing video footage on your phone. So just keep that in mind as well. Now, staying on these screens right here, I'm going to hit this, I'm going to go back to the menu button on here. So I'll tap that. I'm going to go to settings. A couple of things that you might want to turn on. Go down to location tags while using the app. This will just keep track of where you took videos and photos and put them on a map. If you don't want that data shared, then don't do that, but I'm completely fine with it. If you want better photos, like in terms of what you're looking at, turn this on. This will give you a grid. When you're looking at it, see this grid on here, so you know where it's center and all that. That makes your shooting options much easier, so you know where all that stuff is. Continuing on in here, I also have your shooting methods, which I turn on voice commands and show palm. So when I take a video or a photo, all you do is show my palm or say smile or say cheese or capture, and it will take a video or a photo, depending upon what I'm trying to do. So I love those things right there. They're very, very helpful. Continuing on, you have your shutter sound. I turn that off so that when I take a video or a photo, it doesn't make a noise. Next, let's go into settings. Once you get into settings, go to connections, go into and tap on Wi-Fi, tap the three dots, go to advanced settings, and where it says Wi-Fi network notifications, turn that off. Make sure it's off so that when you see open Wi-Fi, it doesn't automatically turn on. I do this too as well, where I'll turn on sync with Samsung Cloud. So you might want to do that as well, so that your Wi-Fi settings basically sync to the cloud. Galaxy AI, if you want to use this stuff, you have to kind of come in here and turn a lot of it up, or on, I should say. So just keep that in mind, that if you want to use some of this stuff, you have to turn it on beforehand. So I would definitely come in here and look through some of these settings. So if you're in writing assist, make sure that's on, hit OK. I wouldn't turn on process device only data. Interpreter, turn this stuff on if you want it to be on. Notice this. Some of this stuff, again, might be off. So just come in here and just double check that it's the feature of it is turned on. Otherwise, it might not work for you. Continuing on, sounds and vibrations here. This is where you can change your ringtones. Just tap in here, choose the ringtone that you want or the notification sound that you want. You can also mess with your different volumes. You have your notifications with vibrations go in there, but the big one in here is sound quality and effects. Go in here and make sure that Dolby Atmos is on and set it to auto so that you get the best quality sound out of your speakers. Next, go into display. You can change your light and dark mode settings. You can even set a schedule for light and dark mode. Screen mode, go in here, choose vivid, and then you can go into advanced settings, turn all these things up, all the vividness, and you'll get a very nice vivid display. Screen timeout, set that to 2 minutes. That is the absolute perfect time for this, so it doesn't turn your screen off way too soon. And also keep screen on while viewing. Turn that on as well. So it basically keeps track of your eyes with the front camera on here, so that the screen just won't automatically turn off. Navigation bar, I like using the gestures, but you can go back to the buttons if you want as well. Circle to search, it's right here, but this is a great little feature. Just come in here, press and hold that, and you can search for anything by circling it or tapping it. Next, go into battery, show battery percentage, turn that on so you can see your battery percentage at the top of the display. Go into lock screen and always on display. You now have Now bar on your Galaxy Z Fold 7, and you can get information from sports or any of these other things as well on a little bar that'll show up on your lock screen. That can be very helpful. Always on display, have that turned on as well if you want to see your screen like dim up when you turn it off. It'll always keep the screen on, but it will also give you an issue with your battery life as well. Next, go to security and privacy. Go into screen lock and biometrics. Unlock your phone. And I didn't set up my fingerprint, so I'm going to come in here and set up my fingerprint. I'm going to register it and go from there. So you just do this a bunch of times. Adjust your thumb or your index finger or whichever finger you're using so that you can cover all points of the finger so that you can get the fingerprint correct. Especially when you're trying to unlock the phone, it's going to be very important to you to get this right so that you don't have to constantly press your finger against the phone in order to get the fingerprint to recognize who it is. All right, that is done. You can even test it. All right, it says it notices me. Fingerprint always on. Turn this on for cover and main display. So basically, if your phone's off, you don't have to press anything. You can just press your finger on the fingerprint and it'll automatically unlock your phone. It's a really nice feature to have. Next, go into advanced features. And this doesn't have S Pen, so you're not going to see any S Pen stuff in here. I don't really use Bixby, but if you want to, you could always come in here and do that. But go into labs and make sure multi-window for all apps is turned on so that when you do multi-windows, like 2 apps at once, Instagram is one of the apps that won't let you do it, but this, by turning that on, it lets you do it. So it's very helpful for that. Going back a little bit here, you're gonna have your side button. So tap on side button and double press for camera and long press either for power menu, if you want that, if you long press the power button, or you can use your digital assistant for Google, which is going to end up being Gemini. But to restart the phone or power it off, otherwise you have a button right there that'll allow you to do it. Still under advanced features, some other things in here that you're gonna wanna probably turn on or be just noticeable is motions and gestures. I have all of these things turned off, except you could turn this one on, but I never take screenshots with my palm. I always find it a little bit kind of weird and awkward, and I just don't do it. But everything else I do on here, mute with gestures. I don't even mute with gestures, but basically you could turn it on. But these are like the main ones I always do. Double tap to turn on and off the screen from the lock screen or the home screen. Double tap to turn on the screen. Lift to wake the screen. Very helpful feature. So I turn all of those things up. You can even have, this is a cool one. I like this too. Alert basically the phone will vibrate when you pick it up if you haven't touched it and you missed a call or whatever. So it's very helpful with that too. Another cool thing about advanced features, and you might want to use this, is dual messenger. So all of these apps right here, you can install a second copy. So like if you have 2 accounts and you want to keep them on, you don't have to switch between them, or you can't switch between them, you can install like a second copy of Facebook or any of these, Skype, Viber, Telegram, whatever it may be. You can come in here and install that second app and then have like one username on one and another on the other. So it's a really helpful, cool thing. Another thing I like to do just to make my phone feel like super, super fast, and this already feels fast, like it's super smooth, but I like the animations to be toned down a little bit. So go into About Phone and then scroll all the way down till you see where it says Software Information. Go into Build Number and tap that 7 times. It's going to say you're 1 step away. Put in your lock screen code. Come back and it's going to say Allow Development Settings. So hit OK to that. And then if you scroll down on the left here, you'll see development options. And all you're going to do is scroll down again, developer options, I should say. We're looking for basically scale. So we're going to scroll down. You can search for this too in the top. We'll just search for it. We're just going to type scale. And we'll go down. It's under developer options. Here we go. Animator scale. And it'll put us right to where we want to go. All these set to 1x. I like to do them at 0.5x, and your phone feels a little bit faster. The animation isn't as big, so that when you're using this, it'll automatically kind of just like do its thing. It just feels faster. You get used to it, and it's really great. I really like it. Now you might be asking, I'll go back and mention this. Under display, there's a couple of things in here I want to mention as well that I like to do. Screen layout and zoom. Now I have it on multi-view, so that's why I have like a window here, basically a view here and a view here. It takes advantage of the screen, so you don't have to be, here's standard view if you just want to see what it looks like. So that's standard view instead of seeing the menu on the side here. In order to see that menu, I need to hit the back button. So otherwise, I just go into multi-view and that helps me, see things a little bit better and cooler. Next, go into settings, software updates, and just check to see if you have any updates on your phone. Again, I have super slow Wi-Fi, so it might take a bit, but come in here, check to see if you have any updates. And if you do, you can download them right then and there. One thing a lot of people don't do is go back to your home screen, swipe up, go to the Galaxy store, and you're going to tap the button over here. Where is it? Right here. Here's updates. Tap that update button and update all. You're probably if it's your first time, you're gonna have a bunch of updates that need apps that need an update. So come in there and do those app updates. Also do it in the Google Play Store. Come in here, tap your face, tap manage apps and devices, and then it's gonna check to see if you have any updates. And if it does, you can just hit update all and it'll update all your apps. Next, what you wanna do is go to your home screen, open up your phone app, tap the 3 dots, visual voicemail, and set up your visual voicemail. Come in there, accept it, set it up so that it is ready, enter your password, hit continue, and you should be good after that. Back under the phone app, if you go into the menu button right here, and hit the gear, and then if you go into a couple things, caller ID and spam should be turned on. Just come in here, turn it on. I block spam and scam calls, and I block all spam and scam calls. You could only do high risk if you want. And that's the first 20 things that you should do on your Galaxy Z Fold 7. If you want to pick it up, I have it linked down below. It supports what I do, and you're going to get a great deal on this amazing, amazing phone. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road.